Okay. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That was in appreciation of the leadership. Uh, I would like us to take our seats so that we can start with our program. My name is Welekazi Sokutu. Mrs. Sokutu, I serve the Office of the Premier in the Policy Monitoring, Coordination and Evaluation space. Youth development is one of the responsibilities that I am charged with. And today I've been asked to serve as the program director for this session. It's a short session with only 6 items, and we are going to drive in. And this thought says, be thankful of today, because in one moment, your entire life could change forever. Let us meditate. As we take our seats, I invite you to continue over the weekend to be grateful for being you, to be grateful for everything that you have, because you do not know when your entire life will change. That takes us to me declaring the session open and welcoming everybody to this session. I would like to indicate that this session is a joyous session indeed. It is a celebratory session. That is why we started by applauding the leadership. That is why we started by that applause. And I can assure you that throughout the session, prepare your hands, keep your elbows exercised, because there's going to be a lot of applauding, because it is a joyous session. The reason why I'm saying it is a joyous session is because you were invited to a youth support program or to a youth development program, wherein we are gathered here to affirm and confirm those young people within the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropolitan Municipality who did not wait for opportunity to come their way, but who went forward and grabbed the opportunity as they saw it going past their homes, as they saw it going past their streets. So we are here to affirm those young entrepreneurs that took initiative to start their own enterprises, that took the initiative to establish their cooperatives, that took the initiative to start their own ventures, be they sole or joint ventures. And today we are coming here to affirm them, to say to them, here is further support, go further in your development. So that is a joyous celebration in that sense, and that is the objective of this session. We've got 20 projects, 20 enterprises, 20 ventures that are going to be affirmed today. And as I move to get to the next item, I would like at this point in time to acknowledge the leadership that is amongst us. Some of you have never seen this leadership. They normally see them on TV or hear their names being called out, but we are blessed today because we are going to see them in person. I would like to start from the podium and introduce the leadership that is behind me. I will start from my left-hand side, go to the middle, and then come to my right-hand side. On my left-hand side, we have the Honorable Executive Mayor of the city in which we are. What shall we do to him? Seated in the middle, flanked by the two leaders, is our Honorable Premier, Premier Maboyane, the Premier of the Eastern Cape. What are we doing to our Premier? You know, this one is the one that you clap harder for him when he came last year. And I do want to indicate that you are still going to clap harder because he is the MEC that is responsible for economic development, environmental affairs, tourism, and finance. So anyone who would like to have more money shall clap even harder for everything. Okay. Then I'm moving down to the podium, to the leadership, to acknowledge the leadership that is seated amongst us down there. I will start from my right-hand side this time around and indicate that if on any day you feel that you need any psychosocial support, if on any day you want someone to speak to, you must know that there is Honorable MEC Manilusit, who is responsible for social development. If you are a social being, you shall clap for her. Then next to her, there's someone who is responsible in this province for that roof that is above your head. If today you came out of a house, out of a room, out of a shelter, you must know that our Honorable MEC Konziwe, responsible for human settlements. I can bet my last cent. Either you had tea with milk, or you had breakfast with lettuce or egg, but there's someone who is responsible for that. Our Honorable MEC that is responsible for rural development and agrarian reform, MEC Peters. For this one, we're going to clap even harder, because if you clap less for her, your transport that brought you here may not start when you want to go back home. And I present to you the Honorable MEC responsible for transport and safety liaison, Honorable MEC Tikana Kotiwe. Okay. We also have amongst us, but I can't see his face now, the Speaker of the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropolitan Council, Honorable Councillor Jay Lavak. He was seated somewhere here. Okay, no, that's fine then. Then I would conclude by acknowledging that in our midst we've got the Director General of the province together with the HODs that are responsible for our departments. Why don't we applaud them? Because okay, then we could see that for those, we don't even need a reason, we just have to applaud them. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to move to the second item of our program. And as we move to the second item of our program, I would like us to applaud the person who is seated on the seat that you are sitting on, just for coming here. All right, I'm going to rest your hands now so that you energize them for the next session. As I'm about to call upon our Honorable Premier to address us today, I would just like to say there are 3 C's that are important in life. The first C stands for choice. The second C stands for change. The third C stands for chance. And I'm going to give you this thought as the Premier comes up. And the thought says, you must make the choice. I will leave it there. Oh, my choice, you must make the choice. At this point in time, Honorable Premier, I would like to invite you to the podium to address us. What are we doing to energize the Premier to come to the podium?
Yeah. Thank you very much, DDG Sokuto. Good morning to the Executive Mayor, Nelson Mandela Bay. Good morning to all MECs present. We are almost collating. MEC for Finance is here. In case there will be some SMMEs who would want adjustment on the money they will receive, I think a quick meeting can be convened to address that. Good morning to DG and all the government officials present. And I've seen a couple of HODs, social development. I've seen economic development, environmental affairs. Abanye baba sithele DG baba khona. We've been missing treasury here, DG, since we came in here. I'm not sure what's going on. I won't really be saying much because it's becoming a norm for us when we have government programs out. Good morning to also all the beneficiaries that are here. As the program director said, this should be a joyous moment. We should be feeling much better. Out there, a lot of young people are trying something because of the system that we adopted as a country through our PFMA. Sometimes it makes it extremely difficult to get to those really business people that are out there. Our attitude has been that let's look for the real entrepreneurs. We've heard terms like tenderpreneurs, etc. I mean, there are those who are in business simply because there is a tender. There are those who are in business, whether there is a tender or no tender, because they're driven by passion. They've got an idea that has graduated into a proposal. So that on its own, you cannot take it away. But for those who are chasing tenders, they are ready to do everything. As long as there's a tender out, if they can't, they will go and buy a skill as long as they've secured a tender. So that's the reason why we've really been swelling our economy, not really growing our economy. So we've got to grow this economy, and we will grow this economy by really putting more focus on affirming the real entrepreneurs, people who will be in business, whether they've got support from government or not. People will wake up and sell fat cooks and other things for their own living and also look after their kids. So these are kind of people that we definitely want to look after. I know details will come. We've been here since yesterday, moving around. We've seen interesting opportunities that are coming up. We had a Transnet here with all the executive from Transnet. We've seen what's happening on the Transnet investments and all the other opportunities that are responding to the State of the Province address that we made earlier this year in February, where we said in the next 10 years we will be working hard to turn around the socio-economic fortunes of our province, to give the boundless opportunities to our people, to create greener pastures for our citizenry. So we're here to look after that. Things that we've said are going to be done, whether are those things taking shape on the ground, because it's only when those things are happening where our people will be able to get opportunities. We would want to see you as SMMEs in this area participating in all the bigger projects, catalytic projects that are being proposed for this part. Whether you talk about LNG, those gas projects, as we are working very hard to make sure that Nelson Mandela will be a national gas hub, but also give more other opportunities. There were concrete projects that I would want you to still go and read about in our State of the Province. Those who have been following, I think some have been also covered in the media. We're working hard to create more opportunities on your beachfront to ensure that our beachfront becomes a really tourist attraction. We're looking at the malls in that area. We're looking at waterfronts with the removal of those tank farms as prior to the new port of Ingqocha. So these are many opportunities that are out there, but our interest is more on giving opportunities to the previously disadvantaged people, focusing on the township economy, peri-urban economy, because we want people where they are to be developed where they stay. So your actually proposals that would have been appealing to the government through the process, all people who are here, Executive Mayor, abenza along a favor. There's a very rigorous process that sometimes frustrates to many people who don't want to follow process. I'm happy to see these young people, many here in this house. That shows that the message that we are trying to communicate out there, it is really, really penetrating and is appealing to our people. So grab these opportunities, because these are opportunities that we are given in the form of grants. Where there are loans, you can't see us here. Asingabo matshonisa sonke. So xa kuze nathi niboyazi bakusekho kwentonto nangu umatshonisa ehleli pha umama umike mama. So thina singabo matshonisa. Uya ke kweza institutions zabo. But when we come like this and stand up here in front of you, asizange ukwenza procurement now. We're just here to officially confirm you. You have been affirmed by the process because you yourselves, you have complied with the process. So people must learn to look for these opportunities, apply, get them. We said we wanted to reconstruct and assist our economy to recover. And our economy will be able to create jobs if it gives or it creates conducive environment for investors to invest, but also give opportunities to SMMEs. The kind of massive employment we are looking for can only be attained through the support that we give to SMMEs. Many SMMEs suffered during COVID. You would understand when COVID came in, started, we were already in a technical recession as a country. Our country has never fully recovered from the global economic meltdown of 2009. We've been trying to actually recover from that. It hasn't really been easy. COVID made things worse. Yes, but the economy now, if you're looking at quarter-to-quarter reports, it shows some positives. It is pointing north. Would want to sustain that kind of recovery. So would want you as an SMME, whether you are doing a salon, you are doing a car wash, whatever small thing. So someone was sharing with me this morning all these big ideas. Whether you talk about iPhone would have been somebody's idea, but government had to make sure that those ideas are supported. Yes, it's not government's responsibility to create jobs, but government responsibility is to create conducive environment for business to invest their money, create stability, make sure that people will see value for their money in the work that we're doing. In the process, fight corruption, because we've got to fight corruption wherever it shows its ugly head. Corruption is an antithesis of the kind of development trajectory that we've articulated as this province. So we want all of us to work together to ensure that we achieve our kind of a vision of a connected province, a connected province that offers boundless opportunities, that also broadens horizons of its people. So with you here today, as we've done elsewhere, we have moved around, we've been in Owar Tambo, we've been in Alfred Nzoa, we've been in Joe Gabi, and we're moving around with this kind of work that we're doing, looking after things that we committed ourselves as government that we will do. Among those issues is to give support to SMMEs. So you are here today because of a special invitation. Some of you are aware about what we have already achieved through the procurement process. So we're just here to officiate that so that other people out there are not creating other stories or fabricating other stories as if we're here to procure. Procurement has been done, process has been followed, you all applied, you went through the process, you satisfied the process as per the requirements. So ours is just to look at you so that we don't also believe what we are told. We see that indeed the money of government has gone to its people. I was told, Ms. Mvogo, that almost about 12 million in terms of the commitment that has been done through various interventions from various departments. That includes your Isikalo Fund, includes your LRED, includes all other support from your social development and other, other departments. So almost 12 million should be left here today in this house as a direct support to our SMME. So it's a very quite huge kind of expansion, I must say. We would want to stimulate our economy. That's why we have also set aside some funds as a part of a stimulus package to assist those people to come back. As I've said, those who are working in our barber shops have lost their jobs because the person who would have been an owner of that couldn't really recover. We must look for those people. And those people are not people who are looking for tenders, are people who are out there to do something. We must find those people who are doing something, particularly in our township, so that people don't leave township and come and work in the cities, can stay where they are, but government must have that eye that is able to reach through and identify those people where they are. So we are here today to say congratulations to the winners and thanks to the partners to our government, because government alone is not going to really pull through. We need all the partners. You might appear to be social partners, but you are now business partners. We need